What's up, guys? For NBA Australia, I'm Benyam Kedane, and I'm joined with the Oklahoma City Thunder's Josh Giddey. How you doing, man?
Good, bro. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
It's good to have you here, man. And I want to start with a little bit of sneaker talk because we saw even some pretty fire kicks this season. A lot of Kobe's. What was your favourite that you wore this season?
Big Kobe guy, but there's a lot of different ones, so it's hard to choose a favourite. But a few of the PEs I wore, were some of my favourites. That orange one that I wore in the first triple-double game was one of my favourite shoes. So a lot of favourites. Love Kobe's, and I've always worn them.
And the orange blaze that you got the first triple-double in, does that kind of have a little bit of a sentimental value to you now?
Yeah, I did love those shoes. I wore them a fair bit. My equipment manager, me and him are pretty close. So he hooks me up with a lot of the old PEs that have been at the Thunder, and they were actually Derek Fisher's Kobe PEs. So he gave them to me before the start of the year, and I think I wore them in my very first game against Charlotte in the preseason, and then obviously got the first triple-double in them. So pretty good shoe.
And have you got anything in store, any surprises for next season, or more Kobe's?
No, there'll be a lot of different shoes next year, so be on the lookout.
And since you've been in the NBA, I know you already had a big sneaker collection beforehand, but how much has it grown since you got to the league?
A fair bit. It was pretty big in Adelaide, but it's gone a fair bit bigger since being in the NBA. I'm running out of room, so I probably got to slow down on shoes, but definitely grown a fair bit.
And in the tunnel, I saw you getting some fits off in the tunnel on the way to the arena, all the way from the Nike Tech Fleece hoodie all the way to a little bit of Balenciaga and Louis Vuitton, the Miami two-piece. Talk to us a little bit about your fashion game, because it's kind of evolved since since the start of the season. Is that something you kind of think about now?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the NBA, I guess. Guys, dressing up for the tunnel and stuff like that. I never used to do it last year with Adelaide. It just, it's not really a thing in the NBL. So I was always in trackies and hoodies going to games. But now every once in a while, trying to put something together. But I mean, one of my teammates, Shay, who's like a big fashion guy. I guess a lot of the guys try and dress up to be like that. So. Anytime I can try and put something on to get photos, and I'll do that.
So you're going to be fighting with Shay for the League Fits All-Star campaign next season?
No, he's got that. That's his.
And on the road, obviously there's a lot of places go shopping. What's the best road city to go shopping for new clothes?
New York. New York's the best city. I always go out there. There's a lot of different cities. Atlanta's pretty good as well. Miami's good, so a lot of different cities. Oklahoma is not good, so anytime I'm on the road, I can go somewhere, I will.
That's what's up, man. And speaking of the Thunder, you guys have a fun young team, a lot of camaraderie. It's almost like a college team with you guys out there. Speak to kind of the energy that's in that locker room, and I guess what you guys get up to off the court.
Yeah, it's a great group, young group, and I knew coming in it was going to be an easy transition just because of how young guys were and that we're all fresh in their careers. So I could slot right in, on the road when we're at home. It's a great group of guys. The environment's always fun to be in. Win or lose, we all come back to practice the next day and are excited to be there. So it's a great, hungry young group, and that's what makes me, excited for the future for this team.
And you and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander built a pretty nice rapport on the court this season. What do you kind of see in the future for you guys? Because the chemistry you guys already put forth in your rookie season was pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's a special player, all-star caliber guy. And he's a great guy as well, which makes things really easy. He's unselfish, and he's on the same page as us all. It can be frustrating for a guy like that at times to lose games as being an all-star type of player. You want to win, and I think he's done a great job of understanding the team he's on and making guys around him better. So I love playing with him, and I'm excited for where me and him, and not just us two, but the rest of the group are heading. And
there hasn't been a ton of backcourts with that kind of size. Two guys 6'8" can pass, can score. Is there any kind of backcourts or duos you guys kind of look at for inspiration or try and take things from?
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about it, but there's a lot of, if you look at the duos around the league, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, McCollum and Lillard, they're all better with the ball in their hands, and that's things that they've been together for years, obviously, but it's things that guys like that have to work out, and how to learn to play off the ball and play without the ball in their hands. And it's obviously something me and Shay are going to have to learn to do, but I think as we've seen the years going on, and we've both gotten better at it, learning to cut, learning to screen, learning to find other ways to impact the game. And it's not natural for two dominant ball handlers to come together, but we've done a great job of making it work. And I think we only played 40 or something games together. So next year I'm excited for it. He's such an unselfish guy. He's happy to give you the ball up. He makes guys around him better. So love playing with him, and he's makes it easy to play with him.
And Lou Dort's another guy that made big strides this season. What's it like having a guy like that brings those energy plays and can kind of get that momentum going for the team on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, Lou's great. I mean, I think he gets praised a lot for defensively what he does, but offensively, the jumps he's made from year 1 to year 3 last year was big. Being able to be a catch and shoot player, he's great on the ring. But I think, he gets so much praise defensively that people don't realize. I think he averaged, almost 17 a game this year. So he was big for us on that end of the floor as well. And he's getting better and better each year. So I'm excited for him, and he's going to be a big part of, where we're heading.
Yeah, he had some big scoring nights this season.
Yeah.
He was putting up some nice 30 balls.
Yeah, he's nice.
Your rookie class this season, I mean, a pretty impressive class with you, Scotty Barnes, Mobley, Cunningham, Jalen Green. Where do you kind of see this draft class as, maybe one of the best in recent history? Is that something you've ever spoken about with some of the guys in that class? Because there's a lot of talent in that class.
There is. It's a special group, and I mean, people are saying it's one of the best ever, but it's so early on. We've only played one season, of basketball that it's hard to say those things. But early signs are looking good. It's a deep class. There's a lot of talented players, and you saw that all through the year. Different guys, guys that were second-round picks making an impact. You see Herb Jones making an impact in the playoffs now. So it was a deep class and a lot of talented guys.
Now talk to me about the TikToks, because you're kind of becoming a bit of a star on there too.
TikToks, I mean, I used one sound and I kind of ran away with it, but TikTok's good. I mean, it helps grow your platform a little bit, your following. So TikTok's been good for me. I've used it a fair bit since I've been in the league, and you're surprised. There's a lot of guys in the NBA that use TikTok, and it definitely helps with growing your brand and growing your following.
And on average, how many times a day would someone yell breed out to you?
Ridiculous. More people know me from TikTok now, I think, than basketball. I get at games and stuff, people yelling out all these TikTok sounds at me and stuff like that. So TikTok, as I said, it's been good for me. It's definitely helped me a lot.
It comes with the territory.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I want to have a bit of a chat to you about Dyson Daniels. He's next up, kind of following your path from the NBA Global Academy, to the NBA draft this season. What have you kind of seen from him in terms of his development, from the academy through the Ignite and to now the situation that he's in heading into the draft?
Yeah, he's special. I mean, we grew up playing against each other all our junior careers, and then we always used to go at it, practices, competing against each other, and we played together a few times in different tournaments, and played together in Barcelona in a tournament, and that's when I knew that he was going to be a great player. He didn't play a lot in that tournament. He was just a younger guy. We had a great team, so the experience I think he got from that, playing against some of the best international players in the world, really helped him. And seeing him go forward, he's so talented, and I'm excited for where he's going to go. He's about to be a top 10, 15 pick in the draft, and wherever he goes, I know how good of a kid he is and the impact he's able to make on a team, from day one.
And in terms of, I guess, his NBA readiness, because he's been at the academy playing with the Ignite, he's just been playing, kind of NBA ball, throughout this sort of last couple of years of development. How, I guess, big of an impact do you think that'll have on him in terms of being ready right away, in the same kind of vein that you were when you got to the league?
Yeah, exactly. Similar to me, I mean, when I went through the NBL pathway, was to play against grown men and kind of fast track my development, which I really think it did. And Dice obviously had that same mindset with the Ignite, getting to play against NBA talent every day at practice, in games, stuff like that. So I think it's really going to help him going forward. Having a year under his belt of playing against the talent he did, it's really going to put him in good stead for the draft and whatever team he lands on, because he's going to be ready. He's had a year of that, unlike a lot of other rookies who play against kids in college. He's played against NBA talent, grown men. So he'll be ready for it. I know how talented he is. I know how hard he works. So I'm excited for where he goes and to watch his career unfold.
And what kind of conversations have you had with him in the lead up through this process, just sort of sharing your experiences from last season?
Yeah, we talk a fair bit. As I said, we had a lot to do with each other early on with the academy and stuff like that. And he's coming through very similar pathway to I did. We were both projected in the same range, stuff like that. So I think the big thing is just on draft night, just enjoy the night. It's a special night. It's once in a lifetime thing. So don't set your expectations too high, because if you go somewhere lower than you think, you'll be disappointed. So I think come in with an open mind. On draft night, your hands are tied. It's out of your control. Just enjoy the night. It's a really special night to have your family there, your agent, your close circle. So wherever you go, your life's changed. That's your dream of being an NBA player accomplished, and then I guess it's time. One journey closes, a new journey's going to open at whatever city he ends up at. So, as I said, I'm excited for him, and I know he's going to be a great player.
And we can't wait to see both of you guys hooping in the league next season. Josh, appreciate you joining us today, man.
Thanks for having me.